Hello, this is Dr. Alistair Craig and welcome to the video demonstration for the PC version of how to upload your evidence for ARCP into the eportfolio for radiology trainees in the Northwest. I'm just going to talk you through the checklist that you'll receive, and then I'm going to demonstrate to you how we like the evidence uploading. So when you're notified of your ARCP, you'll be informed of the checklist, and what that will be is a list of all the evidence that we're going to ask you to submit, and it will specify which academic year it's for. So you can see here, this is going to be the checklist and file order for the ARCP 2016-17, and this may vary from ARCP to ARCP. So we'd ask you to make sure you check the documentation of the letter or the email that you get with regard to that particular ARCP. Obviously we won't ask you to do anything that we haven't given you reasonable warning about, but the evidence that you submit might be different in 2016 from the evidence that you submit in 2017, so make sure you're looking at the most current documentation. And as well as sending you the list of evidence, what we're going to ask for is you to submit it in a file order. And the file order is going to be important for the reasons that you're going to see in a moment. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to take all my evidence. You can see I've got a lot of dummy files here. I've got some dummy JPEGs, which are sort of pretend screen grabs and scan documents. I've got Excel spreadsheets, and I've got Word documents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click, select all of those and drop them in the folder that I've created on my desktop, which is called ARCP evidence. So let's open that up and bring it over. So you can see here I've got 9 pieces of evidence which correlate to the 9 pieces that are on the checklist, but the names of them are slightly different. It's not that important to get too fixated on getting the exact name correct. What's important that it's identifiable as a piece of information. As you can see, this one is Radiology Enhanced Form R, and this is 01 Enhanced Form R. So it's obvious which piece of evidence that is, but in order to make it even clearer, what we're going to ask you to do is to rename it. And how we're going to rename it is we're going to put 01 and then underscore. And what that's going to do is that's going to put it in numerical order, exactly correlating with the order in which the checklist runs. So the 0 is important, and please remember to put it in, and it's important because if we ask you to submit more than 10 pieces of evidence, then that's going to keep everything in numerical order. So next we're going to move on to the evidence of completion of GMC survey, which is 02, and evidence of completion of the HEENW survey, which is 03. They're usually screen grabs, although some of you do submit text documents with the validation codes, and that's perfectly acceptable. Next is the summary logbook, which is there, which is 04, and I think you've all had the opportunity to see the up-to-date School of Radiology logbook. It's in a standard format, and we will ask you to submit that each year for your ARCP. We've got a document with a reflection on logbook, which is 05, a PDP, and again you can see I've written PDP but not personal development plan, and that's not important because you can see when I do 06 and underscore, it's sat in exactly the right place. Curriculum vitae. I know some of you are not in the habit of submitting a curriculum vitae into your personal library. Personally, I think it's very good practice. As a consultant, you need to review your CV every year, and I think asking you to do it for ARCP is good preparation. Next is the leave record, which is going to be 08. We've slightly redesigned the leave forms this year, and we're going to include professional leave and time in lieu, and you should get a copy of that shortly. And then finally, attendance at the teaching programme, and again this comes in various formats, sometimes Excel, sometimes a scanned document. As long as it's validated and it's relevant to the correct year, then there's not going to be a problem with that. And so you can see what we've got now is all the evidence lined up 01 to 09, and the benefit of that is twofold really. Firstly, it provides a visual checklist for you, the trainee, that you've submitted all the information that you're expected to. So you can look along and say, okay, I've got 01 to 09, and actually all my bits of evidence line up with the bits of evidence that I've been asked to submit. The second benefit is really for the ARCP assessor. When they come into this file, they're going to be able to see exactly, as they're going through the checklist, where the evidence is. They're not going to have to search through it through your personal library. It's all just going to be there for them, and that means that you're going to get, hopefully, the correct outcome first time, because the evidence is going to be completely visible to the ARCP assessor. So rather than have you upload 9 different documents, what we'd like you to do is upload a single zip file. And if you've never done that before, I'm just going to demonstrate that. So if you've got WinZip, the easiest way is just to select all. So all I'm going to do is hold down left click and just select all, and then if you right click on that, you can see that WinZip appears here, and you can add zip files there. I'm going to do it slightly differently. I think WinZip is now a pay app, but there are open source apps available. The one that I'm going to use today is called 7-Zip. So that's 7, the number 7-Zip, and it's a free download. And you can see here it's a bit more basic than the current version of WinZip, but it's got everything that you need. So you've got a window navigation bar here. You can see I'm in C, users, home and desktop, and within desktop we've got my ARCP evidence folder, which I've got all my evidence in. You can see here all the evidence is there, 01 to 09. There's a thumb file at the bottom, which is just a system file for generating the thumbnail images. We really don't need that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of those, and the way that I'm going to do that is hold down shift, and then I'm going to click the bottom one, like so. So they're all selected. Then I'm going to add it to the zip file, so click add, and then you can see it defaults the name of the zip file to the name of the folder that it's in. So we're in ARCP evidence, and it's called the file arcpevidence.zip. So I'm just going to make a slight amendment to that. So first of all, I'm having my ARCP in 2016, so I'm going to call this 2016, and I'm also going to name it after me, the trainee, and this is being done for, we're going to show a test upload into Donna Marie Rigby's eportfolio, and so for that reason I'm going to name this Rigby. So you can see now it's quite clear when it was done, who it's for, and actually what the document is. I'm going to save it in zip format, which is the most commonly used compression format, and is probably the best one to use. And then all I'm going to do is click OK, and then you can see that what's happened is it's generated a zip file down the bottom, which we can drag and drop onto the desktop. And if I hang my mouse over the top, you can see it'll tell you exactly what files are compressed in that zip file, but also if I want to, I can double click like so, and all the evidence is there. So having done all that, I now want to upload it. So I'm sure you've all uploaded documents before, but I'll just go through it again anyway for completeness. So this is Donna Marie's personal library. My login is slightly different to yours. You can see here I can find the personal library within the profile. It's just a slightly different format, but effectively I have a similar view to what you do. And you can see, I'd just like to make a point around the way that Donna Marie's structured her personal library. I'd strongly encourage you to follow this format. Many of you have got lots of posters and presentations and courses that you've attended, and actually many of you upload evidence into the library. What that means is that when we come to look for evidence at ARCP, it makes it very difficult to find it amongst 30 or 40 different documents. So what Donna Marie's done here is she's structured it into different folders, and she's kept them as simple as possible. So really what she's done is she created one for ST 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and we've created one for the purposes of this exercise, which is Radiology ST4 test upload. So having done all that, I've also created another folder which is ARCP evidence, and obviously that's going to be very easy for any ARCP assessor just to click on and say, okay, where's the evidence? So if I want to upload something to it, as you usually would do, I'd just click upload file, I'll click select, you can see I'm in desktop ARCP evidence, and you can see actually if I just go over to the desktop, there's the evidence. I click open, I say this is evidence, and I can click save. I'm not going to upload it because we've already uploaded a version of this, and I'll just show you that, but all you do is click save and then it'll upload. So if I go into my ARCP evidence folder now, you can see that we've already test uploaded a couple of them, and you can see if I want to have a look at that. So now I'm going in as an ARCP assessor, I say okay, where's the evidence? There it is, and then I upload it, I download it, and you can see there's all the evidence. It's not hard to find, very easy, it's in exactly the order that I'm going through the checklist in. You can see that it's going to be a much easier and a much more standardised process for us to assess your evidence. So I hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask me or another member of the faculty about it, and I hope it's been useful. Thank you very much.